Now that we live in a mostly digital age, there are some sad truths we have to deal with in this new landscape. Ownership is now tied to licenses, and when those licenses expire, the purchase you made so many moons ago can evaporate into the ether. Welcome back to Delisted, the show where ownership is made up and giving your money to a company doesn't matter. In our last episode, I dissected the very first outing of the most famous Sega creation in Sonic the Hedgehog. Feel free to watch that one if you haven't yet. Sadly, I didn't have too many positive things to say about it. Today I'll be going in a polar opposite direction and talking about a game I've never heard of before I purchased this collection, and that's Fatal Labyrinth. It's a holiday in Draonia. This is Delisted, Episode 2. Draonia, the Castle of Doom, has resurrected. The ghouls from the castle have stolen the Holy Goblet, the source of light. Without it, the world will be trapped in darkness forever. A courageous fellow, Trikar, volunteers to retrieve the Holy Goblet. The people from his village wish him luck as he heads out to Draonia. After a treacherous hike through the forest, he arrives at the gate of the towering castle. As he enters the gigantic gate, he finds himself in a labyrinth of countless chambers. Can Trikar survive 30 floors of mayhem and redeem the Holy Goblet? His fate is in your hands. Don your armor and pick up your weapon. Puncture green gobs and break up ice bars. Make dark ninjas and deadly hell frogs vanish with your magic. Evade traps and break down walls to discover shortcuts. The village is anxiously waiting for the return of the Holy Goblet, and you. Fatal Labyrinth is a turn-based RPG where everything happens in the back end of the game. You just run into monsters, and the game rolls for successful or unsuccessful hits for you and the enemies. It plays much like the PC game Hydlide from 1984. Fatal Labyrinth was also notable for being a roguelike. It borrowed the difficulty and procedurally generated map from Rogue. However, it is a bit more forgiving as it has checkpoints every 5 levels in its 30-level tower. The game also hints at its difficulty by having an NPC ask you if you're sure about tackling the Forbidden Labyrinth before allowing you to proceed. The plot of the game is as simple as it gets. Basically, evil creatures have stolen the Holy Goblet from the town below, and you have to climb into the very top to slay the dragon to get it back. For as simple as the gameplay is, there are a few game mechanics that you'll need to pay attention to. Your health being the main one, but you also need to pay attention to your food level. If properly fed, the main character can regenerate their health. If you go into hunger range, your health will slowly deplete. You can also die from overeating. I never quite figured out the exact number on that, so I only ate when I had less than 50 points of food. In addition to enemies at every level of Fatal Labyrinth, you can also come across weapons, armor, rings, potions, scrolls, and staves. Only after equipping or using the items, you'll know what each one does. I believe the different colors change what they'll do on new playthroughs, which keeps the item discovery interesting. The items can also be cursed or all around negative for the player, so it's best to not spam your items. For the weapons you'll be using in Fatal Labyrinth, They include knives, swords, spears, shurikens, and axes. Shurikens can be thrown consecutively. You can carry another weapon and use shurikens at the same time. You also have shields, helmet, and armor. Protects you from enemies' attacks. Some enemies destroy your equipment, so it pays to have a spare. Magic scrolls can confuse monsters, light up rooms, etc. And the canes can cast magic spells that use different powers, such as ice, fire, thunder, wind, and other effects. The potions you come across can recover your HP, but others can hurt you. You can equip one ring, and rings give you some power, and others can be thrown at enemies to do damage. Say a lightning ring or a fire ring. And there's also bows, which enables you to attack enemies from a distance, and can be used consecutively. To use it, select Equip and Use. And a fun little bug I discovered with the bow, via the internet, is if you keep equipping a bow, it will actually lower your armor, but that armor will actually go past 0, and it will go to 99. So if you just keep using a bow over and over again, you can just get the most armor you can possibly have in the game. Which would have been helpful for this playthrough. Another interesting idea offered here was secret doors, and there are a lot of them. Many times throughout the tower, you'll have cleared out every single room just to not find the exit to the next floor. So you'll have to position yourself next to the walls and search every square until you come across a secret door. It was a fun game mechanic, at first, but wore fairly thin in the 30-floor tower. Another item I didn't really talk about is gold. So you can pick up gold throughout the game, and the only effect it has at all is you will have a bigger funeral when you die. So if you have like a little bit of gold, you have like one person crying over you. But if you have a lot of gold, there's like 8. Neato. The game's manual actually includes several survival tips. Collect as many items as possible. Remember though, some items may be cursed. Beware of the red square. Read all messages. Try not to let your enemies surround you. Some enemies won't attack you unless you touch them. Some enemies will cast spells. Watch out. And something super outdated, for gameplay information, call 1-415-871-GAME. I'm sure that'll come in handy. Overall, I did find this one fairly fun to play. For an hour or so here and there, it starts off kind of mindless because enemies aren't much of a threat, but around halfway through the tower, you'll find yourself running away like brave Sir Robin, so you're able to fight another time. Fatal Labyrinth has that just one more quality to it that kept me playing. Whether that's one more level, or one more room, or one more enemy, it keeps you engaged. Unfortunately, I really don't like the music in this game. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I usually highlight tracks that I enjoy in the games I talk about. Here, however, I've been actively trying to save your eardrums. It's truly the worst part of Fatal Labyrinth. However, I think if you can get over the sound and the visuals, this is one of the better games on the Sega Genesis Classics. Alright, just wanted to thank you all for watching. I will catch you next time. Same bunny time, same bunny channel.
All right. See ya.